Hey guys, welcome if you are a new subscriber and welcome back if you are returning. So today, I've really been playing with certain shadows and colors and palettes on my off days when I don't have time to film, but I do have time to just sit down for a few minutes and just kind of play around with a couple of shades. So what I want to do today is actually a look that I was playing around with yesterday, and I think I can do it a little bit better. So the palette that I want to use is the Morphe 24G. I have an entire review on this palette if you haven't seen it already or if you know you want to watch it. So I will link it right up here in the eye if you're interested. The overall idea that I was toying around with this look was kind of a warm sunset kind of look, but it's super easy to do if you just have, some similar shades. And it's going to have a real beautiful pop of glitz and glam on the inner half of the lid with one of the shimmer shades in this palette. I tried one yesterday. I liked it, but I think I can pick one that I like even more. So I have already primed my lids. I use my same old Crease concealer, and I actually set it with the lightest matte shade here in this palette. This is called Creamer. But what I want to do is actually go into this bright pink shade here called Glitz. And this is going to be the first shade that I lay down in the crease. So I'm going to take a fluffy brush, dip into this shade, but do it really lightly because I found out that this kind of works better for building this particular color. And just start working this into the crease and just slightly above the crease. We're actually going to use a lighter brown right after this to blend this out, blend out the edges and kind of blow it out a little bit more. So keeping this kind of contained in the crease area is perfect. With that pink shade down, I'm now going to go into like a lighter brown shade to feather out the edges and kind of create that sunset kind of effect. So the second shade here, the second lightest one I think, is this one right here. This one's called Frenchie. So I'm going to do this extremely lightly. I have a slightly smaller fluffy brush and I'm just barely going to tap into the palette very lightly and then blend out these edges, just barely touching the brush to my face, just so we don't get any super harsh lines or strange colors. You just want this to look seamlessly blended together. I think these two colors look so beautiful blended together, and because they're in the same sort of warm toned family, they blend almost seamlessly. They just look so gorgeous. So the last shade I want to do, the last matte shade, is going to be a shade that we just kind of pack on the outer half here and then very slowly blend it out. So I think this shade is called Brew, if I'm not mistaken. It's this one down here, this dark kind of reddish brown, and I've got a smaller fluffy brush, even smaller than the one I just used. And all I'm going to do is take the side of the brush this time and kind of tap like this, the side into it, so I can use the side to stamp it on my lid. And hopefully I have the right side, because now I just kind of lost what I was doing. And nope, that wasn't it. Okay, here we go. See, now we're in business. And I'm just going to start stamping this all over the outer corner. And I used a small fluffy brush for this, so that once I got the color kind of where I wanted it, I could very gently start blending it out with the very tip of the brush, which is why I didn't use the tip of the brush to get the product. I used the side. Now that I've packed on that dark shade, it is time to cut the crease. We're only going halfway on this one since we did the outer half with the dark shade. We're going to do a shimmer shade on the inner half. So again, same Catrice concealer. I'm going to just run the doe foot here on the back of my hand. I've actually found a really awesome brush now for doing this, because what I was using before really just wasn't working for me. And this is like the $1 e.l.f. concealer brush. It is perfect for doing cut creases. So I'm going to do this slowly, just a little at a time. Get some of this concealer from the back of my hand on the brush. And let me get a mirror, I can get a little closer. And now I'm going to start carving out this inner half of my lid. Okay, so I've got the inner portion of my lid cut. And this is what happens when you have too many choices. I was trying to decide what color I wanted to do on top of the portion that I cut, because yesterday I was playing around with this and I tried this one, which was okay, but I just didn't, I don't know, I didn't like the way that it went with everything. And this one's even lighter, so I don't think I'm going to like that either. I guess let's go ahead and try this third one here, third down, this one right here, and see how that looks. So what worked best was really my finger, because the brush really kind of disturbed too much of what was underneath, and I thought that that kind of looked like a mess. By the way, the one that I decided to use is this shade right here in the middle. It's called Dream, and I'm just going to take it on my finger and apply it just to the spots that we cut with the concealer. Oh, I like that a lot better. Oh yes. I love this color so much more than I liked that lighter shade yesterday. This is gorgeous, and I think it goes with the overall look a lot better. It's a lot warmer and a little more like rose gold, which kind of goes with everything else. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do some winged liner. Let's hope I don't screw everything up that I have already done with this. And I'm going to do my face makeup, and I will be right back. With my face makeup on, it's time to finish up the lower lash line. So like usual, I don't do anything crazy on the lower lash line because I think right now the lid is kind of speaking for itself. I didn't do this on camera, but I kind of made a last minute decision to use this NYX Liquid Crystal Body Liner in Crystal Silk to outline the cut crease here. So I think it came out okay the first time I've really tried it, and I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how I feel about it yet. So first, for the lower lash line, I'm going to go back into that bright pink that I used as the very first shade and take a pencil brush and just run this along the entire lower lash line here. Now that the pink shade's down, all I'm going to do is go back in with the same brush that I used with that kind of light brown shade to feather out the edges of the pink on the lid, and go back in to that same shade. I'm going to use a little heavier this time though, and start blending out this pink to kind of match the rest of the lid. And finally, for the inner corner, I'm going to use the lightest shimmer shade in this palette, which is this one right here. These shimmer shades are just so gorgeous. And I'm just going to pack this on right in this corner here. So now it is time for lashes and mascara. So I'm going to go ahead, I think I'm actually going to use a pair of my new Ardell Faux Mink ones and put on a coat of mascara, and I'll be right back. Alright, I am back and we are done. So all I did was put on a coat of mascara. I actually used my Ardell Demi Wispies instead because I kind of felt like the look was going pretty well at this point, that I didn't want to jeopardize it by trying a new set of lashes. Yeah. So, we used the tried and true Demi Wispies, and then I topped it all off with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lip Gloss in Kristen. What I liked about this whole look was that we only used 4 eyeshadows. We used the pink, a brown, a dark brown, and a shimmer, and that was it. All it takes is a little blending and you're all set. It looked so much better than I thought it was going to turn out because I did mess up quite a bit yesterday when I was playing around with some of these, so I'm really glad that I took my time and just went for it. Please let me know if you do like these kinds of videos, and if you do, don't forget to give them a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button either down below or up here before you leave. I hope you guys are having an awesome weekend, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye guys!